Hey guys, MCU Collector here with a new video, this time with the HasCon Marvel Legends Uncanny X-Force Deadpool exclusive. So again, this figure is available at HasCon over this past weekend. Originally when they announced the figure, they listed it as a multi-convention exclusive. So not sure exactly what that means, but I'm thinking that New York Comic Con next month in October will probably receive it as well. But it's also going to be available on HasbroToyShop.com on September 20th with a limit of one per household. So I was lucky enough to get a hold of one of these through Facebook. Made a deal with somebody to get it at a very, 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 very reasonable and fair price. I did order a second one off of eBay so I can have one to open and one to keep mint in package, as I'm going to be doing with all the Deadpools. I'm already looking to get the Juggernaut Wave Deadpool, the Back in Black GameStop exclusive. When that one comes out, I'll be getting two of those, and then as well as the 90s version that's going to be coming out. So I'll be having a Deadpool collection mint in package. So very exciting, but I am very, very happy to have this. Originally, it was expected to arrive tomorrow, but I got here a day early, so I'm so excited. So the Uncanny X-Force Deadpool HasCon exclusive. So we'll take a look at the packaging. It's really cool. You have see the Uncanny X-Force there, Deadpool. Up at the top, we have the Deadpool logo, but it's in that gray to match the X-Force outfit. Some really cool side artwork there. You see Deadpool with a little bit of red. You can see on his belt buckle and then his eyes. Picture of the product on the back, and then the bio reads, so you need someone to do the dirty work? Great news. What's his favorite kind of work? Or that's his favorite kind of work, excuse me. Learn how to read. But here it is. So we'll take a look at the figure. I'll also compare it with the Juggernaut Wave figure so you can see which differences there are, because there are some minor differences. We'll take a look at all the accessories. It'll be really cool. So let's get this open and take a look. Here's the figure out of the package, looking very good. Came with all kinds of accessories. You can see there's all of them there. So really cool. We'll kind of go over and show off the accessories real quick first. One of the really cool things that I really liked is the same bazooka that came with the first one, except this one is painted in all black. Really nice little touch to have the word boom kind of painted on there with, you know, the Deadpool logos in for the O's. I think that is really cool. I think it's a nice touch that they kind of added that in there. And then we have that same Iron Man repulsor effect that we get with the movie Iron Man figures. It just ports right on in there where the boxing glove was for the first one. Kind of a tight fit, but it kind of has that firing look, which, you know, I don't know how accurate that is, but it's a nice touch that they gave us that. And you know, instead of a boxing glove, again, you want some differences. We have the same alternate head that came with the Juggernaut Wave Deadpool. It's the same head sculpt. Paint apps might be a little bit different. I didn't pull out all my accessories from the other one to really compare. We have another taco, which I know for a fact this one has a lot more green in the paint, but basically the same taco. A couple of guns. We have two of these guns. They're painted the exact same, but black and red. Not sure. I know we've probably seen these before. I can't really place them right now off the top of my head, but I'm sure there's just a reuse. But there's two of them there. We have a knife that he comes with. And we also have this rifle shotgun type of gun. Same color scheme as the other guns. Not bad. A little warped coming out of the package. They were kind of in there kind of tight. And then we have two swords, two katanas. These are the same that we got with the previous Deadpool and the same that you see with like the Blade figure. It came with one. So they are the same. Another thing that came with the figure that's kind of interesting, I know some people weren't happy with it or they're very confused by it, is this gun that's already in the holster, which can be removed. Is blue with the orange tip, which orange tip usually means, you know, toy gun. So I'm not sure why, but I think it's a nice little touch. I don't know if they put the comedic flair onto it, but that's kind of funny that you have a blue handgun with that orange tip. So it's interesting that it's there. I'm not sure why. Based on the complaints that I've seen online, it's not something from the comics, but it's there. It's included. Why not? It's fun. So we'll just leave that in the holster there where he came. And we'll take a look at the figure. So here's the Juggernaut figure, just to show you a comparison. You can see we're looking at almost the same figure with a different paint scheme, obviously, for the X-Force version. But the biggest differences you'll see are the gauntlet pieces that you have here on the Juggernaut Wave. So this forearm piece is a different piece because he doesn't actually have the same forearms. You can see the shoulder harness for the sword sheaths. That is the same. However, the belt is not the same. On the Juggernaut Wave, you had additional holster there for the other handgun that he came with, the Deadpool logo on the belt. You know, the grenades that were included with that. This one is very different. It has the X for the X-Force logo there. And then there's really not a whole lot to it. One thing that's really nice, though, if you look, you can see there's kind of that gray weathered look over it. I think Hasbro did a fantastic job there, and you could see kind of silver for the buttons all around, and they actually went around the entire belt. I think that came out very good, as well as this leg holster for the pistol. It has that very weathered look that I think comes out looking really good. I think they did a fantastic job. They even painted the belt buckles on there. So kudos to Hasbro for doing a great job on that. Overall, the figure is great, but there are some complaints I'll show you. Oh, one thing I did forget to look at is you could see the boots are different, and then the lower leg shins are different. This is your standard Bucky cap, lower legs and feet, whereas the Deadpool Juggernaut Wave did have different lower shins and boots. Like here, you can actually store the knife, has a sheath there. This new X-Force figure, you cannot store that knife anywhere, but it is a nice touch for it to be included. But overall, the figure is great. It's nice to have another Deadpool, get something different. I know lots of people that are collecting teams can finish off the X-Force or get closer to finishing off the X-Force. But a couple of things on the figure that I want to point out, and I noticed this with most exclusive figures. You know, if you look at like Invisible Woman, Namor especially, I think was a very big standout. When it comes to exclusives, you really want to look at the paint apps on the exclusives. Now, obviously, with this one, I didn't have much choice. You know, you don't find it in a store to get to pick and choose which ones you're looking for. So there's a couple of things in the paint that kind of stand out. So we saw this earlier. If you look here on the boot, you see that black that's kind of mixed in there. It's usually not a big deal. I'm not a real stickler for kind of how the paint apps come out. But it does bother me some when you have something that's just so blatant. Like if you take a look here, you can see that gray coming through the black quite a bit. And I had gotten a couple of these. So even my other one, seeing the same exact thing. Now the line work is done fairly well. It's just right there that gray is coming through. And that's on all of them too. It's not just mine that I got. So I wasn't unfortunate. So it's the same with all the other figures. So, you know, if you had a chance to kind of look through a bunch of them and get to pick out specifically which one you wanted, you may have gotten something good. So, but again, nevertheless, I'm still extremely happy to have this and add this to my collection. One thing that we'll look at as well, the shoulder harness actually has that same weathered look to it, and we actually get the painted on buckles, which is a nice touch. So we get a close-up look at the head. You can see kind of the facial expressions. Not sure if maybe mine just kind of missed the mark a little bit on the red for the eyes. But overall, I am very, very pleased with the figure. There it is. Now, as far as the same thing with the previous figure. You can see the sheaths are straight where the katanas are curved. So they do stay in there very, very tight, which is a good thing because they're not going to fall out. So, you know, if you're moving your figures around, you want them to be able to stay. As far as the articulation, again, I'll go over it quickly, but this is your standard Bucky cap mold. This is as Bucky cap as you get it, minus the hand with the little pinky that the Juggernaut Wave came with. But head's on the standard ball hinge joint, up, down. So he has good movement in the head. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, you have this little dog collar, so that's a nice addition that was not on the previous one. There's no paint apps to it or anything, but if you were to switch off the head to the Wade Wilson head, it's actually removable. But that's a nice touch that we got it. There's no paint apps in the straps or anything, but it's there. I won't show the switching out the heads because it's standard, but standard ball hinge joint in the shoulders, full rotation, upper bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, wrist swivel and hinge like normal. We have the ab crunch, crunches that far forward, crunches only a little bit back. The sheaths do kind of get in the way of that. Legs go out that far, upper thigh cut, double jointed knees. We have that calf rotation there that you see with the bucket cap, and then the feet all the way back, a little bit up, and rocker. Now, one thing that bucket cap mold, and it's not as noticeable on a lot of figures to me, the feet are very, very small in my opinion. If you could just kind of look and compare, you could see that there's quite a bit of size difference in the feet. I always thought the bucket cap feet were too small, and then on some figures where it's light in color, it just really stands out quite a bit. But there you have it, the Uncanny X-Force Deadpool. Great figure. If you get a chance to get a hold of it, I highly recommend that you do. Again, September 20th on HasbroToyShop.com. This will be available along with the other HasCon exclusives. Now, what time they go live, who knows? Last year, I remember for the SDCC stuff, about 9 a.m. Pacific time, 8 a.m. Pacific time, they went live. This year, they went live probably 11, 12 o'clock in the early afternoons, which was kind of odd. And then on the inside of this packaging, you can kind of see there's kind of little city type design like in an alley there. So it's a nice little touch. But there's the video. Please like the video, subscribe if you have not already done so, leave a comment down below. Thanks guys for watching.